What do we have here? Any of you guys heard of these Freeman knives? I picked this up at Blade Show. Picked it up. Act like it was just some like quick purchase. This was $300. Okay, so to me that's about as much as I ever spend on a knife. It's more than I've ever spent on a knife. Now my wife bought me that Hinderer, and she also bought me that Winter Blade Coat Factor. So, you know, I got those guys. But this, me personally, this is the most I've ever spent on a knife. $300. And I love it. I think it's just really, really, really well made. So this is a Freeman Knife Company. Is it a 451? I think it's a 451. Do they have it on here somewhere? It don't matter. I think it's a 451. I just love this thing. Obviously, the blade steel is MagnaCut. It says it in fucking 2 inches long letters right there. I don't know if that's necessary, but whatever. I don't care. Who cares, man? It's fucking great. This button lock is just awesome. Just so well done. Listen to this thing. It just sounds awesome. It feels awesome. This big, beefy, thick-ass blade coming out just slaps the knife around and feels great. And it's a choppy blade. I mean, you can see that, you know, I use it every day. Well, not every day. I carry other knives too, but I mean, when I'm carrying this thing, it gets used. It's meant to be used. It's just great. It's just a really great knife. When I'm out working on my oil/cornfield, I need a knife that won't let me down. The Freeman is just such a knife. Whether it's cutting high-pressure oil lines or barbed wire, the Freeman with MagnaCut gets the job done. When you're the kind of guy who uses this shit, this is the kind of shit you should use. The Freeman with MagnaCut. Freeman knives for shit users. Look at this little Fuller guy here. Nice sharp edges on it. They didn't round off the edges too much like you could easily do. And that lets you just, all you have to do is just touch your thumb in there and it's popping open. You don't really have to think about it. Okay, I missed it there, but it's because I'm looking through the camera at the knife. But it's kind of hard to mess up with the thumb. The reverse flick, you can either flick it with your fingernail under the edge or just the meat of your finger and press it up. Works great. And the flipper works ridiculously great too. Titanium pocket clip. Now this one is the aluminum handles. The titanium handles is a little heavier, and I think it's about $400. So an extra $100 or so, maybe $450, something like that. I just love this guy. I think it's great. Nice USA made knife. I bought it right off the dude who makes them in Oregon, I think. Yeah, I think he makes them in Oregon. Great stuff. You can get different color inserts. You can get G10. I think this one is carbon fiber. Very cool. Why is the blade cut this way? Why does it have these like serrations, but they're not really serrations down to a regular edge on it? I don't know. I think it's just because it looks cool. Does it bother anything when you're cutting with stuff? No, not so far that I noticed. It doesn't seem to bother anything. It's just a great knife. Mine has a tiny bit of button stick. Let's see. It's just the least. It just doesn't really feel like button stick to me. It just feels like I'm pushing a button that has a little bit of a snap to it. So it's weird. Like I've had button stick on other knives that feels more like button stick. This one doesn't feel like that. It just feels like the button has a little pop when you press it. That's it. Works great for opening any way you want it. It's a big boy. It's not a small knife. Here's my other pretty nice USA made knife, the Hinderer. And it's a 3.5 inch blade, so you can see that this guy is a little bit longer. I want to say 3.6, 3.7, somewhere in there. And with the handle, you're talking another little bit of length too. So I think this one's 8.5, and this one's like 8 3/4, something like that. Total length. Both great knives, both made in the USA. Both rocking out here on the 4th of July. I hope you're having a great 4th of July. Grab you one of these
MagnaCut
Freeman 451s. And have a nice day.